Hello everyone, Jeff here with A Taste for Whiskey, and I'm here with my good friend Chef Jason and Deric, and today it's bourbon and barbecue.
And we're going to put the perfect pair to the test with a little something different.
So what we've done is we have scoured the internet with a team of analysts to find the top-rated bourbons to bring them to you to see which one does pair the best with barbecue.
Let's check it out.
Welcome. We are here with a good smoker here. We have smoked some mac and cheese, and we got some smoked beef brisket, and we got to top this with some crispy fried leeks. We took the mac and cheese I'm gonna pull out right now and explain what we have. We got good old smoked mac and cheese. We took and cooked off some macaroni, you know, and then took smoked Gouda cheese, some Velveeta. You gotta have the Velveeta in there for the nice and creaminess. And then we have some sharp cheddar cheese. We made a cream sauce with some heavy cream, some barbecue spice, and then come back and we made the cheese sauce with that. And then put the macaroni in there, added the barbecue spice, put it in the pan, and then we topped it with some more cheese, and then put some homemade barbecue spice on top. Threw it in the smoker about 225 degrees for about an hour, until it starts getting nice and bubbly and crispy on the outer edges. So that's what we have here. And then we took nice beef brisket, trimmed it down, and take a lot of the fat cap off. Brisket's a tougher piece of meat, so you want to smoke it for a long period of time. And the period of time I'm talking about is probably about 18 hours. 18 hours to get it nice, the temperature you want to be at, for about 225 degrees. In the smoker, and you get a nice crust. And what they call that crust, they call it a bark, and the bark on the outer edge is what you're going to get the nice crispiness of the seasonings and everything on the outer edge. So that's what we're going to pair tonight with these four bourbons that Jeff and Deric are going to talk about. For the flavor profiling here, we've got the nice beef brisket. We're going to put the smoked mac and cheese down first, the brisket, a little bit of a sweet barbecue sauce, and then some crispy fried leeks. Right now, I'm going to start dishing up a little bit here while we have Deric come on in and explain one of the bourbons that we're going to pair with.
So it is time to figure out what we're going to pair with this fantastic brisket, mac and cheese, and leeks, right?
Yes, crispy fried leeks,
so,
yes.
So we put some barbecue sauce on it. Why don't you tell me about the barbecue sauce?
Well, you know, I got to promote Lafayette Pegues here with John Tom's Barbecue. I'll never go back to anything else. Local here, right here in Muncie. This is sneaky hot, which means it's a little bit of heat to it. Sweet, nice barbecue sauce to use for any of your barbecue pleasures. So that's what we've used on that today.
All right, so we got spicy, more than sweet. We got spicy, yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so and that can change.
Yeah.
Which one of these maybe pairs the best, right?
But also we have sweet in the barbecue spice as well. The barbecue rub and the mac and cheese and the brisket has a little bit of sweetness to it. So you got sweet, spice. You know, we're gonna see.
See, this is why I like doing it. And you've been a chef for, I don't want to age you, but probably 30 years-ish, right in that. Right? And you know, and what I really love about you, Chef, is you still have such a passion for this after doing it for a long time. I mean, I can see it. You can taste it in the food. It's great.
Food is my life. I love it.
And my passion is whiskey.
Okay.
And whatever you cook, right? So, so I get to choose. Jeff let me go first, and gosh, you know, this is a tough decision. Now this is some internet favorites, right? Because can you find a bourbon that doesn't pair with barbecue?
That's a good question.
I think they all do, right? So these we think are the best, our best choices, right? To have a perfect pair. I'm going to start with the Woodford right here.
Okay.
I think this will have like an oaky kind of flavor to it that may kind of really kind of blend in with this stuff.
Okay.
So will oak pair with this if we really do get some good oak out of this, which I think we will.
Well, I think it's a good possibility.
Let's find out. Now here's one more question. Do we go bourbon, food? Do we go food, bourbon? Does it matter? Should we just how do we approach this?
Well, typically in the perfect pair, we will nose the bourbon, see what flavors, profiles, and notes we get out of that, and then we will taste it, and then we taste it, then we taste the food, then go back to the bourbon. That's how we'll do it.
All right, so bourbon, food, bourbon.
Yes.
Got it. All right, so what do you get on the nose?
No, you get the oak for sure. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You get the oakiness and the nuttiness.
Gosh, I almost feel like, now this is an older bottle of Woodford. I almost feel like I get some like dark cherry notes in this.
Yeah. And I think the darker notes you're going to get, and those notes are going to go good with the barbecue.
Yeah, and we got our guy back here cutting up some more wood for the smoker, so we're all good, right?
That's right. He keeps me stocked.
He does. I'm gonna get the glasses on for this.
Okay.
I say we get to it.
Let's go.
It's a good first taste for the day.
Yeah. Right. Get a little bit of everything.
So you don't even need a knife. This is
Cut the brisket with the fork.
You get mac and cheese, everything in it.
Mac and cheese, leeks, brisket.
That's a big bite.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh my
The
gosh.
sharpness, the smokiness, crispy of the leeks, sweet. Then when it goes to bourbon.
That's pretty freaking amazing.
Brings a lot of pepper notes out in the bourbon.
It does. So it's still developing and
Yes,
changing.
it is. It's changing as it goes. Yes.
So this is what, like about a 90 proof, I think. So it didn't explode.
No.
It just kind of balanced.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel like the whiskey overtook the food or the
Right.
food overtook the whiskey. I really felt like it all just kind of paired and meshed together well.
Meshed together, yes, really
Yeah.
well. Yeah. Yeah.
Because sometimes you have a different reaction to it, right?
Yep. Yeah, it was good.
I got a little bit left. So I get 2.
Even to me, it
I'm gonna
brings
try a
some
little
more of the oak out. It brings that more of that oak out. You know, it's so. I like it. I think it pairs well together.
The cheese pairs well with it.
Yeah, it does.
Wasn't expecting that. All right, so that one's a good. That one worked. That was a balance.
Okay.
Next, I'm gonna go with Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. So the Woodford, you can find. This is a little bit older bottle of Woodford, but the Woodford on the shelf anywhere you go. This one is a little bit tougher to find, right?
Yeah.
Because it is the Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. But if you are diligent and you make good friends with store owners and things like that, you know, maybe you can sneak in and find you a bottle of this Toasted Barrel.
So are we going to get some of the more of the oaky stuff, oaky flavors out of this, like we did the Woodford?
Well,
Because of the toasted barrel.
I think so. Last time I tried this, it was a little more marshmallow and kind of caramely marshmallow. Now I've had a little bit of it, but it's been a while since I've been to it, right? Okay. So I don't really know. I think that I'm just excited to see how that, because I think they toast this for an additional 18 months. They finish it in a toasted barrel. So how is that going to work?
Well, notice it sticks to the side of the glass,
Which is always good, right?
It's good. Yep.
And the nose is.
You said toasted marshmallow. That's what I get.
That's what I've always got
what
with this, toasted marshmallow. And you made some toasted marshmallows
Oh yes.
in the oven, right? You
Yes.
cooked some marshmallows.
We did.
I say we go in and try it.
Let's try it.
Cheers.
A little bit more subtle on the tongue.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
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 There's not a lot of heat there.
No.
94 proof.
Yeah. Okay.
Back to this.
Cuts with the fork.
This is amazing. It is so good. Seriously.
Oh, I love it a lot better. Man, it complements so well.
It does, but this one brought it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like this one brought out more flavor.
Yeah.
I think than this one did.
Well, and so I think it's kind of a little bit the opposite. The Woodford brought out more of the oakiness in the bourbon.
Yeah.
When you eat it together and drink it together. But the Elijah Craig, I think, bring more of the flavors of the barbecue out.
Yes. So if you had to pick one, let's say you had to pick one. You want more of a balance, or do you want more of a do you want to amp up the bourbon, or do you want to amp up the barbecue? Because I think that's where we're at with these.
It's
right?
a good point, and that's a personal preference. But from personal preference, I like the Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel a lot better this time.
I think I do too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to pick it just because it's more of a, harder bottle to find.
Mm-hmm.
But I really thought this one would be my favorite. I really did. That's
With
why
the
I chose it
oakiness,
first.
yeah.
I wanted a good base. I wanted to say, what am I going to compare everything else to? And I wanted it to be this. But yeah, I do. I think this overtook it. So awesome.
Great.
Yeah. So we're going to get Jeff in here with I left him a couple of good bottles too. So we're going to get Jeff in here and see what happens with the next two.
All right, Chef. Well, you guys just finished one already. So
Yes.
Deric, he picked your pick, and he said it was what you guys both picked Elijah Craig, right?
Yes, we loved it.
All right. Well, I appreciate how Deric left me with the two more challenging ones. So we're gonna go. So both of these are gonna have a little more high rye. So in my thought process here, I'm thinking spice, right?
Yep,
I'm thinking some spice, some caramel, some oak. Actually, this Four Roses is the standard single barrel,
Okay.
which is the OES or OBSV, which really is going to be more that delicate fruit, and with the higher rye mash bill. So we're at about a 35% rye on this.
Okay.
So I'm guessing maybe a little fruit notes coming through, and a little bit of that spice.
Okay.
So let's see where this is going to go.
Okay.
It's interesting that what's been kind of cool about this, Chef, is that we are really looking to the barbecue experts who then selected the bourbon.
Bourbon, yes.
So, we're bourbon experts. You're a barbecue expert. So we're just like, let's let them tell us what works.
And that's what makes this perfect pair a little different tonight as we try to decide what we think that
Exactly.
which bourbon will go good with this barbecue.
We didn't have to pick out the bourbons, did we?
No, that's right. They did it for us. We're just going to see which one goes best.
We're going to see what works. But so far, everything's working, right?
Yes.
So,
yes.
All right, let's see where the Four Roses go. So, on this, I get a little bit of fruit. I get some of that caramel popping through.
Yep.
So that's nice. And let's see where let's see if we get some of that spice on the back.
Okay,
Cheers.
cheers.
Buddy. Cheers.
Definitely.
I keep forgetting how much I like Four Roses.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's
so good.
It's good.
All right, let's
All right,
dig into this
go.
masterpiece
Here we
here that
go.
you made. Oh my God. Deric is so right on this. Who needs bourbon?
Oh. It tones down that rye and that spice.
Oh my gosh. It brings out like a smoked wood.
Smokiness. It brings out more smokiness, yes.
It really not the barbecue, but it actually increases the smokiness gets kind of amped up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I would say this is like a flavor explosion.
Man, it is. I love it.
Chef, this is nice, man.
It's very good.
So folks, what was really interesting with this is it really did, the barbecue sauce didn't have anything to do really. It kind of did its thing. The mac and cheese worked really well, but really we just got this amped up flavor of smoke, and it kind of pulled out the wood, the smokiness in the wood.
And that's hickory that's in there.
Yeah,
So,
that's exactly what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Wow, this is going to be tough.
I'm a Bardstown fan. That's
I know
gonna be
you
tough.
are. So with Bardstown, so we're going to go into the next one here just to kind of see where this is going to go, because this is Fusion 5. Now this is a little bit harder to get, but in all seriousness, you're pretty much all the fusions from 5 on out, a little bit similar.
Yeah.
You know, there's a high rye mash bill, so the majority of this is going to be Bardstown's own distillant at 18% rye. So again, we're thinking that there's going to be a little bit more spiciness on this, but there's also wheated in this as well.
Yeah, wow.
And so maybe it's going to be a nice balance, because typically we get maple. It pairs well with maple,
Yeah.
remember?
And I tell you what, Bardstown probably does the best on their fusion series.
Yes, they do.
The fusion's very good of all their bourbons mixed together, and they do a great job.
Yeah, they really do. All right, Chef, let's just see where this fusion series goes, because like I said, we're already a fan.
Yes, we are.
Cheers, buddy.
Okay.
Cheers.
Very subtle on the palate. You do get some of that maple.
You do. It's softer.
It's softer.
It's very well balanced. Not a lot of spice there.
Nope.
And I forgot just how easy that is.
It's very, yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Okay, so let's see if anything gets amped up or changes with the Fusion 5. Oh, it doesn't matter. We can dry bourbon all night long.
Yes, we can.
Keep eating this.
Here we go.
So this brought out some oak. I actually get oak, and I get a little bit of caramel coming through. So this is balanced.
Yeah, and you know what?
It went well. It's like,
Yeah.
think Oreo cookies and milk. Neither the milk or the Oreo cookie changes, but it just goes well together.
And you know what it brought out for me? Was the fried flour on the leek.
That's right.
So like a toasted flour, like smoked flour or whatever. I get the leek flavor more when you taste that fusion.
But it was different than the Four
It
Roses.
was.
The Four Roses was smoke.
Yeah.
The fusion was like balanced. Just
Balanced.
literally, the
Balanced
best
out.
way to describe it is Oreo cookie and milk. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe. It's like when we talk about this, we know it's going to work.
Yeah.
You know, most of the time, we trust the people that are telling us, you know, what they would like to see, because we assume they've already done it.
Yeah.
But the fact that we get into this and every single time we act like we're surprised,
Yeah.
because we really are surprised.
Yeah. And we are. You know, these four work in different ways
They
with
do.
the barbecue, and brings out different flavor notes in the barbecue and the bourbons itself. And you know, we go back to Peggy Stevens
Absolutely.
with the flavor profiles, you know, of balance, counterbalance, and flavor explosion. You know, that's what all these do in different ways.
And so I would say this was kind of a flavor explosion.
Yeah.
It really exploded out that
Yep.
that smoke. But this was a beautiful, beautiful blend
Yep.
of balance.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
it brings that smokiness out.
So, the bourbon tasted great. The food tasted great, and I'm going to take another. I think I'm going to take another pour and another taste as we bring Deric back on.
Yes, sounds good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, Deric, you have now joined us, and I'm going to tell you, this worked really well. I already have my favorites, but I will say this: if there's one thing we can definitely say, and that is every one of these worked.
Absolutely, and you know the experts, the barbecue experts, pick these. They absolutely do work in different ways.
And they did a good job.
Yes, they did.
They all hit. And can you find a bourbon that doesn't match well with barbecue? I mean, the only bottle of bourbon I don't like is an empty bottle. So it's hard for me to say, really, right? But you're right. They all hit differently.
Differently.
So which one do you like? Which one do you prefer? Really, you can't go wrong with any one of these.
You can't. I'm going to tell you though, the Four Roses was my number one, but the Woodford, I went back and tried the Woodford. That's my number two, and I'm going 3 with Bardstown, but the counterbalance on the Elijah Craig.
Yeah.
So here's the funny thing. That's their favorite, right?
That was our favorite when we did it. Yes.
I love it.
So trying the Bardstown off camera, now I like the Bardstown. I don't know. You know, I like whichever one I tried last. That's my problem.
This was fantastic. We had a great time doing this. Of course, Deric and I, we just got to drink bourbon. You have to put in all the work.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Yes, thanks.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, everybody. Hello, everyone. Jeff, Deric, and Jason here. And today, it's Bourbon and Barbecue.
But it could not be that. Oh gosh, I messed up.
So we're gonna try this out.
You got this will taste better.
I'm gonna see.
And you got taller too.
This is great. This is great. I love it. Well, Chef Jason and Deric are here with you today with a taste for whiskey, but today we're gonna do something a little bit different.
And it could not. I don't know. I say could. I don't want to say could.